That's important.
Number 8 is we're going to have to increase the effectiveness of anybody around us.
And what's that mean? I mean, what if I don't have people around me?
Well, I was headed right there, and that is there's 2 types of people. Okay. Those that are directly employed by us,
yes,
and those that are indirectly employed by us.
Oh, okay.
The ones that are directly employed by us are the people that we actually write a check directly to, and we tell the government we send a check to them. Right?
Yeah, well, that would be like
an employee or independent contractor.
I got you.
Right, these are people we directly employ in our business. But there's another person.
Okay.
And those are the people that we don't directly employ. We indirectly employ the vendors, people around us, the
mortgage officers, title companies, inspectors, all of that sort of thing.
Everybody.
Repair people. Yeah,
right.
Everybody.
So the challenge right now, the big challenge that you have is that everybody needs to be effective.
Yes.
What happens in a really a booming market or a seller's market is that we really do sow seeds of our own issues later, right? We plant these seeds of ineffectiveness.
We're not so careful who we're in business with because everyone's kind of getting it done, is the sense. Yeah.
And we think we're developing them when really we're not. Now all of a sudden the market shifted, and you sit down with the people that you've directly employed and you say, okay, it's all hands on deck. And that means whatever it takes. If you have to do more of one thing so I can do more of one thing, or you have to do something new that you didn't do before, we have to do this. We have to do it at a level of effectiveness. Now you find out that actually you've been working with Goofy.
Yeah.
And didn't know it.
Uncommitted Goofy.
Uncommitted Goofy. And I don't mean that in a mean or rude way, but you are dealing with an individual who now looks at you and says, duh, I really don't want to work that hard.
There you go.
And you're going, hold it, I thought you were committed. But actually you'd never hired to that standard to begin with.
Nope.
So
nor checked it.
Nor
tested it.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful about who you have tightly around you and who you're in business with affiliated.
Yeah, and here's the thing is if you wake up and realize you've got a handful of people that work directly with you that you employ, and that no one is committed, you don't turn around and go, okay, you're all gone.
No,
that's not what you do.
No, what do? You give them a chance to
You
show
respect
who they are.
You respect people.
You tell them what's necessary, right?
Yes.
And then if they step up and do what's necessary, well, then they're on the team.
Absolutely.
If they don't, they're not.
No, absolutely. I believe that if you've asked someone to be on your team, you have got to respect them at every turn.
Yeah, okay.
So you don't turn to them and prejudge. You simply say, this is what has to happen.
Yes.
And I need to know, are you with me?
Yes.
And give them every chance. And that means train them.
Yes.
This is the time of training. This is the time when you sit down with your people and you say, here are the issues.
But Gary, it feels like a time when I don't have time to train. I'm out there doing stuff. How do I have time to train?
Well, you got a problem, don't you? You've got some people. You have to.
I should have been training them, is what you're telling me.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you've gotten caught. You've gotten caught. You weren't developing people for the storm. You don't have storm windows.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have tape. You don't have extra water in the house. You weren't prepared. The storm hit, and you're scrambling.
Yeah.
Now, I understand what your priorities are, but if you've got people around you, you can't turn to them and say, "It's every man for himself." You can't do that.
It's hardly a team effort.
No, it's together. Everyone achieves more.
The point is that if also, since you're probably re-honing your skills, why not do it with them?
There you go. That's a wonderful way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do this together.
We're going to do this together.
And people will reveal themselves. And it's not about good guy or bad guy.
No.
You know, I make the joke, oh, you find that you've hired Goofy, but all I'm really saying there is I'm actually not talking about them as much as you.
Yeah, you've developed Goofy. You know,
yeah, you get what you develop. You get what you deserve in this end. So the truth of the matter is that you have to look at them, you have to respect them, and you have to develop them. And by the way, you can do this together. And it's just little bits and pieces. It's 30 minutes a day. It's not a massive amount of time, or it's an hour or 2 hours a week. But you are going to have to give them time.
Well, it's one of your roles, isn't it?
It is one of your roles.
And that's what you got to get clear on is in this is the people around you and your role.